Hello, Virgo. Thank you very much for tuning into this week's read. For the main part of the read, I'm using the Star Tarot by Kathy McLeland. There's Kathy's website and how you spell her name. Is there an illustrator on this? No, it's just Kathy. I just see Kathy on there. All right. Supportive Oracle Cards, Chakra Wisdom Oracle Cards by Tori Hartman, illustrated by Gretchen Raish Baskin. Websites for them, there's torihartman.com, watkinspublishing.com.uk, or watkinspublishing.com, .co.uk or .com. Yeah. Feel free to freeze frame on that if you need to, or if you want to, of course. Virgo. Virgo. Virgo, go, go. Are we prophesizing something? Virgo, go, go. Well, are you or aren't you? Are you or aren't you? Are you going to go, 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 or are you not? Bittersweet. All right, so the bittersweet's pulling right out of the middle of the deck here. It was kind of bumping me, so I was like, all right, we'll find out what it is. Bittersweet. So this is a bittersweet situation. Which, when I think of like bittersweet chocolate, when you add it to certain recipes, it's actually quite beneficial. You just don't want to have it all by itself, usually. So it's like, I feel like this can go well. We just got to get past the initial bumps. Is this for you to decide? What are you deciding? You're deciding something. You got the Two of Pentacles in your challenge position. Like, we need to decide to move something forward. And you're starting off with the Hanged One and the Gratitude. It's kind of like, all right. I feel like if you give the go-ahead, if you give the green light, something moves forward, something starts. You seem to have to give the green light, though. Kind of like, all right, I'm in type feeling. Kind of like, yeah, I guess I'll do it. Yeah, I guess we can do that. There's good energy here. Something really good is waiting. Like, it is good. Does this person, they do want you a part of this, so there's something weird with it. Are they having a hard time? See, you are a very important part of this situation. But, like, when you're on the outside, before you give your okay to it, they're not doing well with the Ten of Swords, and you're not doing well because you feel like you're disconnected. So these two energies, neither you nor them are doing well with this. They're doing a lot worse than you are, so you're kind of like, you're just on the outside, so it doesn't feel as burdensome for you. But they really need you. Whoever this is they do need you, and I feel like that's part of this. Like, all right, they need me, but they need to acknowledge that. I feel like we really need the acknowledgement. I want more to come forward. They need to acknowledge it. When I see this hanged person with the gratitude, I almost feel like you're kind of like, listen, let's talk about my role that you want me to take. Let's talk about how much I'm really valued. Do you really need me? And if you do, I need to see that appreciation. I kind of feel like we might have to start a conversation like that. Like, are you sure you need me? Like, I feel like I need to feel more appreciated. When I'm feeling that Virgo energy, I need to feel more appreciated. And if they're willing to do that, then that helps you move forward. I feel like you might be more willing. It does feel a little bit stubborn on their side. Two of Swords with the Emperor. The Emperor can be very stubborn. Can be. The Emperor also doesn't like to be told what to do, so that's something. There's a block here with the Emperor person here. Whoever that is, don't get caught up in the gender. Whoever that person is, they're kind of caught up in the energy here. This could go good or bad. How do we release this block? Like, do you have some type of influence you could give here? Because you are really good at what you do. Okay. what I'm feeling with this, and this is more about you enjoying this as much as you can. This is about putting the power in your control. I feel like you want to highlight to this person because it does feel like there's a history here. Even if it's not directly with this person, they should know about you a little bit. Even if you have to educate them on that, however that goes. And talk about the accomplishments either you've had with them or with other people that they can kind of look at if they want to. I feel like you need to talk about your accomplishments a little bit and how you like it, but you don't have, not in the sense of like bragging, in the sense of like, well, you can see how I do things. And you can see from this situation, this is how I got into this is how I did this part, this is how I was dependable, this is how I got that done, and this is the quality I made sure that we had. I don't feel like, I feel like a lot of Virgos are like, well, I'm not into bragging. And I don't really want to push you towards bragging, but I feel like we just got to talk about your history. It's not really bragging, just kind of like, if they're not realizing what the value is with you, it's almost like, in case you don't know the value I have, here's my past track record. Here's what I've been doing. This is the success I've had. And this is how I handle this, and this is why it works out that way. I feel like the energy I'm coming forward on, or that I'm feeling on the Virgo side is kind of modest. I feel like you're kind of modest. Kind of like, I'm not looking to like create fireworks over here, but I do feel like credit is due where credit is due. I'm not asking you to trip over yourself and like throw me a ticker tape parade, but I just want to say, if you want me to be a part of this, I'm not thinking you're seeing my value, so I'm showing you this so you can see that like I'm not just taking up space. I actually pull my weight and make things successful. I am very dependable. I'm very good at what I do. I feel like that's what you got to pull forward. It's just it's got to be said, especially if you don't feel like they're valuing you. Because I'm getting this Five of Pentacles. Maybe you don't feel like they value you, so it's kind of like, hey, here's my track record. It doesn't seem like you really appreciate me, and I just want to show you that I am worth the money, I am worth the time, I am worth the effort, I do my fair share, I do pull my own weight, I don't just show up and take up room. I almost feel like that's why we're bringing that forward, kind of like, I'm not looking to toot my own horn, I'm just showing you that the value I have, like I do have great amount of value, I'm not just taking up space, I provide value for my participation. I feel like this is how we're going to get through this block. They know this. They know this. The problem is not you. The problem is you do your part, but other people don't keep up. Which is interesting, because Virgo is like, you guys like to keep up with the pace and get things done and, you know, do your fair share. You're not looking to be a trendsetter, but whatever's going on here, usually Virgo's not looking to be a trendsetter. You're just kind of like, I get things done like I get things done. But what I'm getting here is like there's a problem in the sense of you don't get caught up in other people's ridiculousness. You just get done what you're supposed to get done. And for some reason, this person's like, well, if you're doing your part, I know you'll do your part well, but then I have to, like, police everybody else to keep up to the standard. Which, why is this bad for you? They may ask you to lead the way. Do you want that? Because I'm getting like you end up with the Magician and the Tower card. The Tower's not bad all the time. I'm just not one who always sees it as a bad thing. I do see like you're kind of like, what? You want me to what? Like, what? Kind of like, I didn't think you really saw my value, but now you're saying you see my value and you want me to lead the way? Like, what? What? I think that's the shock here with the Tower card. Like, what? What are you asking me to do? What do you want me to do? And then I feel like they're telling you, well, this is how I want it to go. I know what I want done. I know actually how I want it done. I just want you to be the point person. You roll it out, and I don't want you to tell people that I'm giving you the plans. I want you to be seen as the point person because I already have it set up. It's not really a negotiable, and I feel like you'll follow the plan. You'll do it as it's set up. I feel like I can depend on you for that. I just want people to come to you for the questions. I want them to realize that you're the one they have to keep up with, and that if you're doing more than they are, it looks bad for them. Something like that. And it's kind of like, okay. I don't know. I feel like I'm kind of like a little shell-shocked, a little like, it seems a little political. It does seem a little political. It's kind of like, so I'm looking at this like, so am I actually leading the way? And they're like, yes, you're leading the way. I can just give you the plan. This is what you need to do. You're leading the way to make sure it gets done. You're leading the way to make sure the quality gets taken care of. You're like leading the way and making sure the pace happens and stays. So in those ways, I want you to lead the way. And I feel like that makes better sense to me. Like quality, tempo, standard. Standard and quality are pretty much the same, aren't they? Because it's weird. You got the Magician, but they have the Ace of Wands with the creation. It's kind of co-creation. Because another part of this is kind of like, listen, you'll lead the way, and if people have questions, they go to you. If something doesn't seem to be working out right, you come to me and we'll work it out, but I don't want these other people coming directly in contact with me. You and me will work it out. We'll decide what needs to happen, and then you'll carry it out. The other people, you'll be the buffer for that. I don't see that being a problem, ironically. But I do see it like a heavy burden for you in the sense of like, I get workaholic with the world. Like, this does seem to bring in a lot more responsibility, but it might be kind of like you're going to have to like work on how to deflect people without pissing them off. Kind of like, all right, well, send me an email what you're thinking, and I'll hold it to the side, and I'll look at it when I have a minute. Or if they're coming forward like, no, we got to stop this right now. Well, tell me why. And you're like, and if you think you're like, well, I'm not really sure, let me think about it, you'll call this other person and be like, well, this is what they're telling me. And I feel like the other person will be like, well, yes, because of, okay, but let's do that. Or no, because they don't know what's going on over here. Are you the middleman? Because it almost feels like you're the middleman, but not really. Because I do feel like you, with the Magician, you do have decision-making power, but somebody else is like, you got a stronger energy behind you, kind of like, I have all this together here, I have all this information, I will back you up. I don't want these people coming to me, though. So you're the point person, you're the one that people see as the head. You do have decision-making power, so if push comes to shove and you need to make a decision, I'm behind you on that. But for the majority of it, I'll tell you what I feel needs to happen, and you'll just carry it out, or we'll work it out together and sort it out together. But you'll be the point person. You'll be the one that people see and look at and come to for questions or go to with their concerns. That's workaholic coming in with the world. I do feel like this is a lot. It is a lot. I know that Virgo, if you choose it, you can do a lot. I get it. I know you can. I get it. And I do think it's going to be worth it for you. Because that's what keeps Virgo in the game. If you see, the payback coming back in your favor, yeah, this is something you'll do. Yeah, this is something you want. But if it's like you're putting in, 100% effort, getting 50 to 70% back, you'll probably not want it and probably walk away from it at some point. But this one, you put in what you get out. I feel like, and I feel like this is going to your advantage. It's kind of like I'm doing 80 to 90% of the effort, but I'm getting like 110 out. It's kind of how that feels to me. Kind of feels like, yeah, I'm ahead of the schedule. Yeah, it's paying out more than I'm putting in. I like this. This works out. It does seem to fluctuate. Sometimes I have to do more. Sometimes I have to do less. It does seem to kind of balance out long term. It's the shock is like that you're being asked that because at first you're thinking, I don't think this person really appreciates me. But then when we get this talk going and you find out what they really want and what they've really been thinking, you're like, well, that was not at all what I thought was going to go on here. Not at all. I think it's good, though. I think it's good. I think it's just more of a heads up, like, you know, what's in front of you, what you could have. I also feel like for a lot of you, it's kind of like maybe just let this thought roll around in your head if you think that could happen, and then ask yourself, do you want that? So that way you can think it out beforehand before it possibly comes your way. All right. I'm going to shut this down here. I hope that helps. Thank you for watching. If you'd like a direct reading from me, shoot me an email, jamesforastral@gmail.com. That's James the number 4, astral@gmail.com. If you're interested in the donation information, that's below with the same email. Thanks for watching, and have a great day.